Today's question is, what are the two worst answers to what is your biggest weakness? The most feared question of the job interview is, what is your biggest weakness? There are many ways to get this wrong. The worst thing to do is to admit a weakness that's so bad that nobody will hire you.
I'm really lazy. I can't control my temper. I killed my last boss.
Don't do that. But people are so afraid of making that mistake that they do the opposite. They try to BS their way through this question by pretending a strength is a weakness.
I'm so good at what I do that I make the people around me look incompetent. I work too hard. I care too much.
Don't do that either. You'll come off as shallow, manipulative, and insincere. If I ask you this question on an interview, I want to find out if you can take criticism, and if you can admit your flaws and weaknesses, and that you're working towards either correcting them or working around them. Don't just look at this question as a crisis to be survived. Look at it as an opportunity to shine. Your best strategy is to admit a real weakness calmly and sincerely, while also showing why I'd be so happy that I hired you. Here's one example.
Usually, I'm able to inspire my team, and I usually do a good job aligning their passions and skills with the company's needs. But when I can't get a person to want to do the job, and I have to have the tough conversation, I struggle. That's when I have to turn to my manager for guidance and support. Sometimes you gotta be tough, but it doesn't come naturally for me, and it's a real challenge for me when that happens.
That answer helps show who you really are and why I should hire you. You admitted a real weakness and showed that you take it very seriously. But the weakness was wrapped inside a bigger strength. And in the answer, you showed me what you're passionate about at work. Here's a final example.
When I sit in a bug review meeting and someone can say, lower the priority on that, raise the priority on that, defer this, close that, I'm always so impressed because I can't do that. I can't think that fast. I always need more time to think about different perspectives. I wonder what's the problem behind the problem, and I try to find a solution that gets the best of all worlds. And that's great when there's time, but you can't do that on every bug in your bug base. I've always managed to complement myself with people who are really good at making quick decisions. And I've always positioned myself so I can apply my strengths, analyze the bigger questions, propose solutions. But stress-free, rapid-fire decision-making? I've tried, and I found the best solution is to find people who are great at it and work with them.
This is a little riskier, because some people will never respect you for just accepting a weakness and working to your strengths instead. But if you're like me, it's definitely worth it, because even if it risks losing a job you'd be miserable and terrible at, it increases your chances of finding the job that matches your strengths. Note how in that answer you show where you can really help the company, and you show how much you appreciate other people's skills. Finally, these kinds of answers, if they're sincere and personal, will make you stand out. If there are a lot of people competing for a single job, your best bet is to stand out in a positive way. And ironically, the what is your weakness question is a great opportunity to do that. In summary, don't just repackage a strength as a weakness. Take the risk and admit a real weakness, but in a way that also shows off your strengths, your sincerity, and who you are. From Answers.com, I'm Gil Reich. I did not kill my last boss, and I don't work too hard. And this is Pnina Baumgarten, who does work too hard, and whose last boss was never found. And behind the camera is Leah Aronovich, on whom I rely for quick, quality decisions and so much more. Go to Wikyanswers.com for more great questions and answers.